Let me share this with y'all real quick. Have you ever wondered why Lot's wife was turned into salt? Now, many of us know she looked back, and that plays a big role in why she got turned into salt. But there's even a bigger piece into why she got turned into salt. All right, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 19. We at verse 24. It says, Then the Lord rained on Sodom and Gomorrah sulfur and fire from the Lord out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the valley and all the inhabitants of the cities and what grew on the ground. Verse 26. But Lot's wife behind him looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. So we see in verse 26 of Genesis 19, his wife looked back and turned to a pillar of salt. Now, let me show you why it's vital to read other books in the Bible to get more of a understanding of what happens in the Bible and the teachings that happen around the Bible. This is the book of Jasher, chapter 19, which gives us a little more background context on what happened with Lot and his wife in that encounter with her turning into salt. I'm going to start at verse 51. It says, Then the Lord rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah and upon all the cities brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven. Verse 52. And he overthrew these cities, all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground. And Adu, the wife of Lot, looked back to see the destruction of the cities, for her compassion was moved on account of her daughters who remained in Sodom, for they did not go with her. Verse 53 says, And when she looked back, she became a pillar of salt, and it is yet in that place until this day. So basically, looking at these verses here, the book of Jasher expounds on the account in Genesis of what happened with Lot's wife. She basically looked back for her children, right? Her daughters that remained in Sodom. So her heart was in the place of her children. And if you can remember the words of Christ, he says, No one is worthy of the kingdom if they love their mother, their father, family members, possessions, anything before him. So with this understanding, I'm believing her heart was more of focus on her children than the kingdom of God and what he was bringing judgment upon the city and those people for. So yeah, that's really deep and interesting.